Welcome to Total Fitheads.
Serious fitness for not so serious people.
Without telling me. I hate that that's like the most common thing now.
It's a new thing.
Tell me whatever without telling me whatever. You know what I hate about that? Is that companies are picking it up now. Tell me you have Allstate without telling me you have Allstate. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's the worst. Yeah, companies are now so...
They're so woke.
Trendy, yeah.
No, well, they're more than woke. They're trendy, yeah, you're right.
It's just like millennial marketers trying to reach people with their cleverness.
And it's working. And it's like, companies are like, look how ironic it is. Like, yeah, hey man.
Well, because...
We're a car commercial. Whatever, anyway.
Give us your money.
Yeah, exactly. Please.
Because the first wave of advertising was just saying, hey, I have this thing that I think will make your life better, check it out. Mm-hmm. And then people got sick of that, and so they had to be like, we're funny now. Mm. And so you could say, I'm sick of advertising, but at least they made me laugh. Okay.
No, they had the ad, and then they had people doing like a fake ad. This will definitely work. This is super cool. And then people were like, whoa, hey, they're lying. And then it was funny. Hey, we're truthful, and by the way, we're funny. So at the very least, you'll appreciate this. And now they're like, hey man, we're funny, but like ironic, but like we're hipster. I don't know. It's like coffee shop commercials, kind of. Blah.
Yeah, and it makes it okay to like an ad if you laugh at it, but it's not. It's still just telling you that you should be dissatisfied with your life and give your money away. It doesn't make it more acceptable just because Pizza Hut is now tweeting funny things.
If they're funny, I think it's worth it. It's like when you give a dog a vitamin and you wrap it in peanut butter, and he's still getting the peanut butter. You know what I mean? That way I'm like, okay. But that also implies that the commercial is like healthy and good for you and like vitamin.
Yeah.
Having some nutritional value, and it absolutely does not. So I don't know. I don't know what to think of it.
Should we start the episode?
Let's start the episode.
Hello, fitheads. I think we should leave that in.
Sure.
All right, whatever. Today we're talking about fitness and health, and we're in my studio and it's really hot. Sorry. Mm-hmm. That was blowing directly on me, and I was actually a little relieved to turn the air conditioning off. But now I realize how miserable your chin is because it's covered in fur.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. I'm hot. We'll give it 5 minutes to see how it looks. Can we put it on low? Is that a thing?
Yes, maybe. I don't know how the device works in my own studio, but I do know that you'll be fine. This is our only 5-minute episode. Welcome to The Reason Why. Let me know if you're dying. We've already set it up so we can take a break if we need to. Okay. So, you've been lied to. What? Oh, that's kind of cool that we open with ads being BS. Well, the fitness industry is also BS.
Yeah. It's a bunch of ads for their book or their product.
Yeah. Or
except for our product, which is coming out next week.
Cool. Check out Hit Heads pre-workout.
Is it pre-workout? Or I feel like a lot of people are coming out with electrolyte powders now. Mm-hmm. I personally know 2 people who have
We've all stopped worrying about hypertension, and we're now just trying to get salts.
Yeah, well, we're trying to get over hangovers, I think.
Yeah.
It's a double, it's like a double, what is the word for a product that like works for a different...
Whammy.
A whammy, yeah, excuse me.
Thinking edged sword.
No, it's a product that works for the like consumer base that they weren't targeting.
Yeah.
Like Pedialyte is for babies who have diarrhea, but then suddenly all these, there you go, Pedialyte alert. And suddenly all these.
Don't say Pedialyte.
Honk if you love Pedialyte. But suddenly all these drunk college kids or hungover college kids realized that it was really good for hangovers, and by college kids I mean me.
Yeah. I've not used it. Gatorade came out with a Gator Light, which is in a Pedialyte-shaped bottle, too.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's ridiculous, and I guess I'm just trying to capitalize on that.
Yeah. I used to like Gatorade G2, the low-sugar one. That one was much, much better. There's
G0, no sugar.
There was a point where I was so messed up from wrestling and dehydrating myself and rehydrating and not having food and then having a ton of food or whatever. Gatorade was like too acidic for my throat.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that
Yeah.
messed up? So I'd be so thirsty, I'd chug a Gatorade, and I'd be like, like it hurt the back of my throat, and
That's
I
crazy.
couldn't. I'd have to cut it with water. I'd do like half water, half
God.
blue Gatorade.
He
or
couldn't
whatever.
handle his Gatorade.
I know, it was so pathetic. And then
ridiculous.
G2 came out, and that was amazing. And then Pedialyte came out, and that was clearly head and shoulders the best. Although it
Really?
tastes, oh yeah, far
I mean,
and away.
I've tasted it.
It doesn't taste very good.
It's like syrup.
It's syrupy.
Which immediately I thought, this is probably not the best for a hangover. It's just sugar, right?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I know that for rehydrating me, both in because I'm hungover from from alcohol, and both because I purposefully not drank any water for 3 days, it worked the best. It was easiest on my stomach. It was easiest on my throat. It worked the fastest. I felt the better. I felt the most improved on it, or whatever.
Sugar was probably good for you.
Yeah, so maybe I needed it.
Welcome to our Pedialyte commercial.
Yeah,
I do a lot of hangover tests.
I know. And how do you keep them? How do you keep your standards?
Oh, it's hard. I know, because you get different levels
You're like,
of drug.
man, I'd love 7th beer tonight, but I can't because I'm doing a science experiment tomorrow on my hangover.
It's actual that. Especially when we do the healthy alcohols one. We were a little more lax when we did the plug, where it was just sort of like we went to an open bar and, well, whatever we drank, and then we decided if we felt better than we would have, which is really hard to do, honestly.
There's a lot of beer science going on there. Allie sent me a video the other day of us challenging people to do push-ups at a very crowded West Hollywood bar.
Yeah.
It was
Because we
disgusting.
talked about it in one of my videos.
Did we?
Yeah, we brought it up, and then I was like, show the footage, and then I didn't get it, and I couldn't find it for that video to put up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what it was. We were chatting. What did we just do a video on my channel?
I don't know. Oh, CBD beer maybe?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So I ended up finding it. It's not in the CBD beer video, but maybe I'll put it
Anyway,
in this
it's
one.
essentially just us challenging people to do drunk push-ups, which would be fine if we were in a field or in a gym, but we're at like a crowded bar.
Yeah,
and
no.
so when I don't know if you remember doing push-ups, but when you do a push-up, your face gets pretty close to the ground. And if it's a sticky like bar, sticky
push-up into
floor,
an
and
ashtray.
it's like doing a push-up in, yeah, exactly.
But they were all about it. I look back on that and go, wow, we were drunk idiots and embarrassed ourselves. And then I watched the video, and the dude took his shirt off to,
Yeah, that's
to
right.
show up before he did the push-up. He was like, hold on, you better see my lats about this.
Yeah.
And then took his shirt off and did the push-ups as you counted along. So yeah.
We would just
We were
point
late
at
to the party.
people. We would just literally point at people and be like, push-ups! And we thought in our brains that it would work, and oops, it did.
It did. We were the life
So
of the
weird.
party via fitness.
Yeah.
Which is what I imagine the Fitheads Games will be as soon as we make that.
Yeah, that's the long-term goal.
Fitheads Invitational. Is it hanging out at a bar and pushing?
I figured it would be a lot of like beach and beer or seltzer activities. Specifically, I really like the one where they do the slip and slide into a game of flip cup. Have you seen that?
Ooh, yes.
That looks really
I've
cool.
done that.
And I like the ones where we used to play slosh ball, where you have to chug a beer and then you try to hit a wiffle ball, and then you have to run around the bases, but you have to finish your beer before you get all the way around the bases.
Oh, wow.
Or it was a little
I've heard
tricky.
one where you don't spill if you spill your beer, you're out.
Oh yeah, no, we didn't play that way. We played. It was a lot of
Sure.
people. We played on an actual baseball diamond, so you get to first base, you have a full beer, and so you're sort of like, it's up to you. But if someone hits like a triple and you're trying to run around the bases, you're like running and you're trying to drink your beer, and the only other way to do it is, like, a lot of times you'd be on third. Every time you advance to a base, you get a new beer. So you're on third base and you have a beer. And then if you don't chug it fast enough and someone hits a single, you're running home, you just dump it on your head.
That's
It was
insane.
good. It was a good game. Slosh ball. I'll figure out the rules. I'll write them down for you.
Wow. I feel like that's like 3 beers an inning. What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, we had all afternoon to do it. We were just sort of sitting around.
That's one of my favorite things is drinking in the same outfit as my friends. Now.
Why?
Because this harkens back to when I was in a dance company and we would go to Haas's afterwards. And I was not old enough to drink, but we all had our Maria's School of Dance tracksuits on. And I felt cool and a part of something, and you could be in a group, you know? And so then there was kickball where you could do that same thing and go out looking the same as your friends and be a team out in a social situation too. Cheer someone on at the soda fountain or whatever.
I always thought it was kind of gross though when I was at a bar like on a Sunday and a bunch of people would come in from kickball and they were all like kind of sweaty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that I'm literally sweating right now, so I don't mean to like cast the first stone or anything. But like I don't know, it was always kind of grimy for me because I'm like, dude, you're sweaty, now you're going to be at a bar, like inside with a bunch of people, it's like humid, I'm sort of breathing in your sweat right now, just because there's so many of you. It's like getting stickier in this bar, I don't know, maybe that's like a personal...
Or have you ever seen someone out in scrubs? It's like, cool, you're in the medical profession, ew.
Let's hope it's Halloween.
Yeah, right.
Like, because otherwise, oh man, cool scrubs. Is that somebody's blood on your sleeve? Oh, cool, man, awesome.
Nope, it's puke.
Best case scenario is blood. Yeah, you're right.
Whew. Huh. How did we get there?
No scrubs. I don't know what we were talking about. We're talking about. I thought we were talking about electrolytes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've been taking LMNT. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's just another electrolyte thing.
Is it supposed to sound like
3
element?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think you might pronounce it element. I don't
Not
know.
element.
Whatever, because if I said element, this isn't written out. I was trying to explain.
Go ahead. LMNFAO.
So it's like 3 Gatorades if you look at the actual sodium amount.
And is it a powder or is it a squirt bottle or is it a
powder? There's a chocolate salt one, which is pretty crazy. You get sick of it quickly, but the first few are like, whoa. And there's one that's habanero mango, which I really want to try with tequila, honestly.
Oh, very nice. I heard that margaritas are specifically for... I'm sorry, spicy margaritas are only drank by...
CrossFitters?
Hot girls. Heads
Is that
up.
a thing?
Apparently. Saw it on Twitter today.
Pretty sure I've had one before, so that's proof.
Me too. So.
It's on Twitter.
We're all over the map here.
Uh-oh. Welcome to Total Fish hosted by 2 hot chicks. Spicy margarita. No, sorry. Margarita might not be the best solution, but spicy with tequila, spicy tequila soda would be the fittest drink I could come up with, because the cayenne will speed up your metabolism.
Cayenne?
Through cayenne? Did I say it wrong? Oh no. I've been saying it wrong my whole life.
The chameleon assumes the colors of his surrounding.
I am pretty white. Okay, wait.
Is it cayenne?
Cayenne?
It's C-A-Y.
Cayenne pepper.
Let us know. I mean...
Anyway, the spicy powder that you would use in a spicy drink speed up your metabolism through thermogenesis. And tequila with soda is the lowest calories you can take in for the most amount of drunk. I mean, unless you're drinking Everclear or rubbing alcohol, but you know, I don't want to go blind yet.
Tequila? I thought it was any sort of straight liquor.
Sure, yeah. Straight liquor. I've heard gin's actually better than whiskey or vodka, but I think they're all pretty much on par. Close. I mean, comparing it to a beer or boxed wine, which, by the way, is the drunkest you can get for the least amount of money. So if you want to get drunk not fat, have tequila. If you want to get drunk not poor, have boxed wine. And those are both stats taken from getdrunknotfat.com and getdrunknotpoor.com.
Wow.
I know, shout out.
Fancy.
Love them.
I thought that whiskey was slightly worse because something to do with the barrels or something, the sugar, I can't remember. But I thought that all...
or hangover too. The darker the liquor, the more hungover you'll get.
The more sicker.
More sicker. That you will get on cayenne.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get to these fitness lies.
I love it.
What's the most remarkable one? Let's open with that.
The most remarkable fitness lie you've been told?
Yeah.
Or the most remarkable you've
The
heard?
biggest thing.
Or...
Actually, the one I'm most passionate about.
Do you want me to guess? I'll guess it. Targeted fat loss.
Uh-uh.
No?
No.
Abs.
No. We
Chicks.
made a list before this.
Chicks.
No.
It's not chicks?
No.
Then I have no idea.
Well, what's your most passionate one?
You need to drink... Oh, what is my most passionate one? I think it's probably muscle confusion.
Ooh, I didn't have that one even. That's such a good one. Oh, I love it.
I don't hate it because I'm sure in some ways it has some value, but I think that people
No, it doesn't.
like love feeling a new sore.
Cliff Harsky.
To the yeah, exactly. At the detriment of,
He also seems like a genius. So.
He's a mad scientist genius. You know what I mean? He'll say something and half of it's perfect and the other half of it's even more perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But muscle confusion for me, it seemed like a great idea unless you start to think about it. Because it, in my opinion, it just like interrupts people's sticking with a workout.
Yeah.
You
Or
know?
your ability to see if you're getting any better.
Right. Because God forbid you do, you try to change your body in some way over more than one workout at a time.
To get better at a thing. What the heck?
Like it's gonna take a few rounds of trying it.
Which CrossFit feels like muscle confusion to me.
I completely agree.
Why I get mad at their programming, but I also see merit in it because they're trying to make you the best at all of the things.
Right. And I think there's a ton of overlap with what they're doing. So you're still sort of like
wall ball.
pushing up in the air. Yeah, wall ball is a really good
Thruster.
example. Wall balls and a thruster and a like a front squat, and then sometimes they just do push press. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of overlap there. So it's a little
That's
fair, I guess, air quotes. But muscle confusion to me always felt like something like a gimmick so that someone could show you a new workout. Whereas what people really should do is do a couple sets of workouts for a month or 2 months or 3 months or whatever. You know, like they should actually stick with it long enough for it to
see
take effect.
Right. Instead of just being sore. Instead of getting a class pass and getting bored and trying a billion different things.
But I think that also plays into a lot of people's fitness, I don't know, weakness, I guess, which is that they get really bored really easily. They don't want to stick with something. And
I, on the other hand, would like to eat the same thing every day.
Yeah.
Only squat.
There's merit in that. So, yeah, exactly.
Right.
So there's I think the fitness lie like drags people way over to the side of muscle confusion.
Well,
versus...
is there a too far into the doing the same thing?
Yeah, of course. What if you just did sit-ups and nothing else? You know what I mean?
Lord.
Or what if you just did air squats and you
Yeah.
never put weight on it? Or if you never, you know, or if you never
not
did
progressive overload.
You never did one leg, or you never like jumped,
Yeah.
or you never did this into that, or you know, there's, or like a squat into an immediate jump,
or if whatever you're doing you plateau and don't try and
Right.
change something. Yeah,
Right.
okay, that's fair. Muscle confusion makes me think of Tony Horton. He talked about it all the time. That was like his thing.
Yeah, I know, and I'm just, you know, it kind of worked in a way because he was making you do different stuff, but there was again that overlap.
You did the same tapes every tapes.
Yeah, we did the same
Every
cassette
week.
tapes.
Just put that cassette in and listen to Tony.
Did you have any workout VHS tapes? Did your mom have any or anything like that?
Yeah. My brother had Hulk Hogan's workout.
What?
I remember. Yeah.
Was it awesome?
And it came with bands.
We should get it.
Oh, and 3-pound weights that they looked big, but they were only 3 pounds, and they you could hear the sand in them when you moved. They were blue plastic.
Nice.
Yeah.
We had I had a bunch of what did we have? Who's that blonde woman on Step by Step?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't remember her name.
My mom had her Thigh Master.
Yeah, that thing that looked like a butterfly.
Summer? No. Suzanne Summers.
Suzanne Summers.
Teamwork.
Go look up Suzanne Summers. Total babe. Probably still. I haven't.
Yeah,
I can't
imagine
speak
her
to...
thighs are thunderous. In a good way. They're very toned. They're not bulky.
I remember one time we was watching Taibo, a Taibo CD, DVD, whatever.
Sure.
I was watching a Taibo workout on the couch with my friend while we were eating cookies and Doritos.
Why? That's
because we were like,
nonsense.
well, we've seen all the movies. You know, I didn't have Netflix at that point because I was 15 or whatever.
Wow.
So I was like, click. Oh, let's see what it looks like. And we were just literally sitting there like destroying cookies, and they were doing this one where you go air punch as if there's a speed bag, but there isn't a speed bag, and then they go, all right, here we go, and double time, and it's half time, regular, and double time. And so I was like, I remember it's like sitting on my fat belly, just being like, that's not that hard. I put a cookie in my mouth. And then my friend tried it, and so we're both sort of sitting there, air punching a speed bag that isn't there, and we both look over each other, just start dying laughing because of how stupid it is.
Wow.
But
speed bags are hard.
Shout out
when
to
you have a real one.
Shout out to Tybo. Speed bags are really hard.
Yeah. What was that guy's name? Was Bo in it?
Tybo.
No, that's not his name. That's the name of his.
His name is Billy Blanks.
Nailed it. I'm impressed. We should have a Fitheads trivia.
He looked like a superhero of some kind. I can't blanking on it right now. Maybe he looked like a Ninja Turtle. I don't know. He was big boy, and he was a martial artist.
Yeah.
So that was his like street cred or whatever. Yeah, Tybo was a good one.
He was doing COVID workouts before.
Yeah. Well, no, but he would do them in a
house.
full studio with a bunch of people.
But the point was that you would do them at your house,
The point was you would have the tape or the CD, DVD, whatever. You pop it in and then you do it in your house. It was sweet. And I never did P90X. I did P90X a little bit. I didn't do Insanity. That was the other one.
I did that one. And Asylum. That's another one where
it's
15-minute workouts. Yeah, same guy. Yeah.
Was Insanity hard?
Insanity was 1 hour. Asylum was 30 minutes. That's it. Yeah. But it's not Tony.
No, it's the other guy. It's like a slender,
I can't think
bald guy.
Yeah,
right?
he's also like a gay icon now.
Is he really?
Yeah, on Instagram.
Doesn't he have like a 30-pack or something?
Yeah, something
so
like that.
many
Yeah,
abs
and a
or something
dancer,
like
Sean T. Got
Sean
it.
T. Oh, that's
this
right.
This is just turning into Fitheads trivia. Okay.
It has nostalgia. Nostalgia fit.
All right. The one that I am most passionate about is that your fitness watch is telling you the amount of calories that you should be taking in.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because I feel
taking
like,
in?
No, yeah. It always underestimates on me, and I think it's doing it to everyone. Obviously, fitness is personalized. Shout out to Levels showing us how different we are, but in general, every time I see, like, Whoop is telling everyone too low, but it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Then you start eating that, and then your metabolism slows down, and then you're miserable, and your hormones are all screwed up, and you're not eating enough, but you're maintaining your weight.
Mm-hmm.
So, the closest I've gotten to getting it right is my Oura Ring. So I'm pro their calorie counter, but it's because they're guessing. I just say to them, I worked out, I did strength training, and it was hard. And so then they say, well, that's a lot of calories. There you go. But with my Whoop...
You're like, thanks, Dad.
With my Whoop, I tell them I'm doing strength training, and it's my mom going, well, your heart rate didn't get up that high, so 92 for that 2-hour session. So Dad knows what he's doing, and on every other... Siri's talking to me. Every other thing that I've tested out, Apple Watch, Whoop, Garmin, I was working on a video where I tested them all next to each other.
Have you ever done a chest one?
Yeah, Polar.
Is there a huge difference?
Well, the chest connects to the other things, right?
Yeah.
But, yes, in terms of guessing my heart rate, Apple Watch does a really good job. Polar does a pretty good job. Surprisingly, everyone says that that's the best because it's there versus trying to figure it out. Yeah. Then other ones are just absolute garbage and telling me to get off the couch when I'm about to throw up. So,
how good are you at guessing your heart rate?
I mean, I thought I was good. You know what? The Mio was really good. Do you remember when we had those?
Yeah, I loved that. Mine ran out of battery.
Yeah, and then they stopped updating the app.
I called them and I was like, "Can I have a new one, please? This one's out of juice." And they were like, "We don't make that anymore. You can buy."
They're like, "We pivoted. We're a TikTok clone now."
Vertical video.
This is only funny to us.
Get this, 32 seconds. Yeah, exactly.
We should be a podcast for fitness influencers.
Fitness influencers.
32 seconds. There's one that's 21. Clash.
Clash?
Yeah, they're 21 seconds.
That's pretty. Why is it 21?
I don't know.
I wish they had
sevens?
like a number or something.
What?
Like
Like Blink 182?
No, if the app was called 10 Commandments and it would be 10 seconds long or something. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess.
Tablet. If it was called Tablet and it was 10 seconds long, that would make sense. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, fitness influencers. That's weird about your heart rate, though. I mean, what is important about measuring your heart rate? And isn't the only thing that you should really be worried about how quickly you can get your heart rate back low again?
Which is your heart rate. Wait, there's a term for it.
Yeah, I thought that was the most important. And honestly, I thought that was the only important thing about your
Heart rate recovery? That's it.
Something like that.
Well, I'm only looking this up because I just discovered what it was and looked mine up, and I was in
Trash.
the bajillionth percentile. I mean, oh wait, lowest. I mean, really good. It was
was
like,
good?
you're probably predicting wrong because I don't do that much cardio, but it was very flattering. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So the idea with heart rate is your resting heart rate, you wanted it pretty low, and then it didn't really matter how high your heart rate got when you were working out, as long as it didn't go over something crazy and you were going to die and have a heart attack. But I always thought that like the peak athletes, what they
get
did
back
was
to nothing really
they would
quickly.
their heart rate would be low, go super high, and they get super low
No,
again.
I thought it's harder to get super high. The more fit you are, the harder it is to get in that red zone. You have
Sure.
to
Well,
put
it doesn't
more effort.
matter. I mean, I should say it doesn't. What you're looking for is how quickly your heart rate can fall once you stop exercising, right? Which is, and unfortunately, I can only assume the spawn of the interval training craze. Don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, because then it was about get it up, get it down, get it up, get it down. Don't. Alright, I found it. Heart rate recovery is in the superior level.
Oh, that's great! Wow, it's over. It's out of
well
the thing.
past, which is why.
It's past
and
the
my
thing.
VO2 estimate is also all the way into impossible.
That's great.
Yeah.
Look at you.
So I don't want to edit this down the screen. I'll just bring it up. But it's just guessing. No, maybe it's not guessing. The VO2 is a guess because it's not actually telling you how much oxygen you're taking up. It's just sort of thinking.
Right. It's not telling you. It's
Yeah.
just sort of guesstimating.
Whatever. Anyway, but how do I present a solution? Look up your total daily energy expenditure, TDEE. Don't trust what these things are saying to you. If it says really low and you've been eating low, but you feel like crap, and when your mom calls, you're mean to her, then start reverse dieting. Try to eat more.
Take
to
a
get
step
your...
back, slap yourself in the face. No, in the back of the head.
Throw out your Apple Watch and start eating to your TDEE instead. Yeah. All right. Hopefully that's helpful. You've been lied to. What's your next lie?
Let's see. I liked targeted fat loss. That was a really funny one.
Yeah, go. Let's go. Dig in. Do you know what that's talking about?
Everyone says, "Oh, you want to lose weight on your belly." I feel like that's what I hear the most.
I want to lose my belly fat.
Don't you want to lose your belly fat? Here's the ab exercise you can do. There's another one that's just ab exercises. Although now I kind of want to step back on that one. I was thinking that ab exercises were stupid in general.
If you're laying down.
I think that.
Well,
I almost veered. I don't like doing ab exercises because they're boring and stupid and not fun. But I think I veered too far the other way.
Yeah.
You should probably
Core.
do a little. You should do some core stuff.
But core is different though because that's all this other stuff and your hip flexors. It's found like stabilization versus working on the upper and then the lower abs. You got to target those to get the fat off.
I used to do so many hanging leg lifts. It was insane, and nothing happened. It was just, I was just a slug, you know.
Yeah, and that mostly targets your hip flexors. Yeah.
For sure.
But also, it's really hard, and when you can do it, it looks cool.
It does look cool. So I guess it wasn't totally
good for
totally
you
worthless.
doing that.
Great.
I want to get to windshield wipers. They look so easy when you see people doing them.
And they're incredibly hard.
Yeah.
They're
so maybe it's not worth it. You got to pick the ones that look hard and
aren't that hard.
Easier. Didn't we talk? We talked about this once.
I put it on my Instagram story where I was like, I was doing stuff with the TRX, and I was doing like incredibly hard stuff that doesn't look that cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the exact opposite of what I need. I need it to look super cool, but in reality, it just took me like 20 minutes of figuring out how to do it one day.
Yeah.
And now I can do it. Like juggling.
Ooh. That's fair. That's honestly fair.
Like Allie's whole...
My whole spiel. Like learning how to
unicycle or
grass on your car.
Or
is
that a spoiler? No.
It is. I haven't talked about that. You've seen it.
I've seen it.
It's not grass, it's chia. It's a giant chia pet.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But
so that makes it better. Haven't you always wanted to drive around a giant novelty decorative planter? Stay tuned to my main channel. Max has seen it. He walked in, he was like, someone's taking a picture of your car. And I was like, was it you? And he goes, no. Like, he's annoyed.
Someone's peeing on your car.
Is it a dog? I almost put a fire hydrant on the top of it. I thought that would be cute. I ended up going with a flamingo.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, thanks.
You should do a golf hole.
Mm-hmm. I did that with a blue turf. I stood on top of my car and
Smart.
golfed. Thanks. Anyway.
So, I'm sorry. We did ab exercises. We skipped targeted fat loss.
Targeted fat loss.
So a lot of people I see they're like, if you want to lose belly fat, do this. And in my opinion, I don't think you can lose belly fat. I think
not
you
an
lose
opinion.
Fat everywhere.
It's fact that your fat will burn in the places that your genetics tell it to, which is generally all over and then in certain areas.
Usually, to be fair, belly is last.
For a lot of people. Yeah, that's mostly the case. And there are different body types, right? Apple, pear, whatever.
Banana.
You're banana shaped. No, it's a bunch. It's a bunch of bananas. Several of those. Yeah. So you could just make any workout and say it's targeted fat loss. If you're losing fat, it's all
I think
over.
what's annoying about that, though, is that idea that you can't target a place first. In fact, the place that they're saying belly fat is always going to be last.
Yeah.
So it's even more sort of cruel, I think. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Or like, it's not just like dumb, it's like kind of mean to say that this will target your belly fat, because in fact it's the last thing it'll do. It'll do everything else.
Yeah, but imagine
first.
if it worked, and then there'd be people walking around with love handles and big thighs, and then just flat lower belly.
That would be amazing.
It'd be weird.
Or
where's this going?
They could just get that weird plastic surgery that we saw on TikTok.
Yeah. We talked about this.
I didn't even know you could do a six-pack plastic surgery.
Yeah, we talked about this on the episode with Christine, and coaching by Christine, if you recall. And then she sent a TikTok to the two of us.
That was disgusting.
Of this guy getting abs from a doctor.
Plastic surgery abs, right? Is
that,
or was it?
It said that he sculpted his fat into abs. It looks exactly like it sounds.
Yes.
Not good. Not good.
It looks like fat sculpted into ab form.
The best part was what you pointed out, like the opening caption. Do you remember?
No.
It said, he couldn't get it with diet and exercise.
Oh, yeah.
So I sculpted his fat into abs.
He just couldn't. He tried for a whole day, and he couldn't get that diet and exercise
And there's
going.
definitely good plastic surgery out there. I will say,
sure,
this was not convincing.
I love plastic surgery.
Attractive.
I love the advancements that we've made. Abs, we have not figured out plastic surgery abs yet.
We've not advanced yet enough in the ab area.
But Lord willing, one day,
soon-ish,
I guess. I'd much rather have robot legs or whatever. But yeah, I suppose a plastic surgery abs would be, I don't know, is that weird?
Why can't we just mess with our genes instead? Ooh, coming next next week.
We
Is
can.
it? Yeah. We talked to
wait,
the
that's-
DNA company. Uh-oh.
Spoiler alert.
Coming for ya.
It's a literal spoiler alert. We talked to a guy. We talked about gene therapy, genes, reading your DNA.
Yeah.
Right?
It was
I don't want
fascinating.
to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But it is mind-boggling for sure.
It was a good one. I keep thinking about it too. I want to do it.
I want to do it too.
I think about it as I'm falling asleep, and I wake up in the morning. I'm like, I gotta look at my jeans.
I know. It's awful.
Damn it! I'm gonna hit them up. I'll probably do it in a video. Anyway, stay tuned to this channel. So, next thing that I hate being lied to about is I made a whole video on this. They already know it's coming. Cardio will make you lose weight.
It could.
Yeah, I guess.
Lose weight. It'll make you lose weight.
Yeah. Yes, to an extent, but you cannot progressive overload on jogging.
Nope. And it'll make you look ugly.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Because you don't want to say skinny fat because it's offensive or something.
Okay, let me phrase it this way. Sprinters look hot.
Whoa. We should do an episode, as you mentioned. What are the hottest? You asked this.
What sport creates the hottest people? Yeah.
Yes. See,
It's
we
hard.
could dive in.
It's really hard.
Is it talent that is hot?
No,
Or is
physical. No, and no mental either. You can't say like, oh, these people are mentally tough. That's attractive.
Chess
No,
is very
nothing alike. None of that.
You can't put that off the table.
Because then it'd be too tricky. I'm just talking about.
Let us know in the comments if you want us to spend an entire episode talking about why Matt Fraser is hot for his brain and not for.
Ooh, good point. Tia Claire Toomey.
Yeah.
Five time.
Something
4
like
time.
that.
6 time.
But it's because of talent. It's because they're good at all the things, and then they would be great in your
Except for sports.
zombie apocalypse. Yeah, right. Oh man.
Except for hockey or basketball or
Yeah,
anything
that's
that's
true.
required.
Who knows? They might be. Is it one of those? Okay, we should do this in another episode. There's a lot to
There's
unpack
a lot to
there.
unpack.
Okay, so cardio
Cardio-
will tap into your fat stores
Mhm.
if we're talking about not getting intense, right? Steady state cardio.
Jogging
what I'm
around
talking
for
about.
4 hours.
Sure.
Jogging, getting on the elliptical, bleaching
For
your hair
The entire Breaking Bad series.
for your entire college career.
Yeah, great.
Getting on the elliptical, not eating anything.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, the science behind it. Correct me if I'm wrong, internet and you. Is that you'll tap into your fat stores, right? That's what happens when you don't go intense. So you don't get a blood sugar spike. You'll start burning fat to fuel your workout, especially if you haven't just eaten. But then when you eat, it goes back to being fat instead of lifting. You target your glycogen stores, the stuff that's in your muscles, right? And so then replenishing that is a way more effective way to use your food versus burning fat, putting fat back on, burning fat, putting fat back on.
So I think the distinction is you're not going to look any better. You'll lose weight, but you'll lose muscle.
And it will plateau.
And it will plateau.
And you'll look...
And you won't be happy.
Yeah. You won't be happy.
If you're trying to like change how you look, running a lot or a lot of cardio is not the way to go. Now, cardio, like what is a rowing machine?
Yeah. Well, if I did a rowing machine at the state at which I ran for so many years, it would be the same garbage.
Right. Whereas if you get on the treadmill, you can get on the treadmill for 2 hours at a 4.0. You can get on a treadmill for 20 minutes and you go 12, 2, 12, 2.
Yeah,
like that'll rip you up pretty good.
Work on your 2-minute heart rate recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sprinters have big legs. You're right. We talked about this with Patrick Frost. It blew my mind because I never thought about it.
Sprinters
I don't do
look
squats
like
because it's
they're
COVID, so I started sprinting. And his legs are huge.
He is a beast.
Yeah.
Like he is just an absolute beast. Anyway, so I guess that's one of the big things that we sort of started the whole fucking podcast about because I just swore, didn't I?
Yeah.
What time is it? Whatever. If you just get on the. You won't be doing what you want to do if you get on the treadmill slowly for 4 hours at a time, which we both did for a long time, and it was not my favorite.
Yeah, not good. I don't know where it came from. It must have worked for someone. I guess it works right at first. Ooh, segue. Okay. Because the next thing, I'm going to bring up mine. Sorry, we're not trading off because it fits so perfectly. You lost weight because you found the right diet.
Ooh.
That's a lie. You've been fed. You just needed to find the right diet. You went keto and you lost weight. Yes, you did. It's because you started something. So cardio worked because you started doing something.
Yeah.
Every diet is a success and has all these testimonials that even X3, John Jaquish, has a ton of people that swear by him because they started something.
Yeah.
Something works. Doing anything works.
Works better than doing nothing.
Boom. Which, by the way, we should just make a FitHeads product book.
App.
VHS tape.
Ebook, yeah.
And target people who are doing not something.
Audiobook. Hey guys.
So, isn't that what we're doing right now?
Hope it's going well, but we're gonna go ahead and do a push-up. In 3, 2, 1. And push. Ooh, good one. And then that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds a little ASMR even.
Well, we need better mics for that. But yeah, for sure. I have one that's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Doing something is better than doing nothing. Doing a crappy workout is worth doing.
Yeah.
A lot of times, especially like once you get into more intense workouts and you're starting to do like a lot of people start doing CrossFit and they have these really intense 45
you
minutes
get
to an
scared
hour
before them.
workouts.
They're that hard. Yeah.
They're crazy.
That's my usual.
And obviously, those are great for you and probably the best for you, I'd imagine.
Unless you're overtraining, which I've been feeling lately.
But a lot of times what that also goes hand in hand with is like, oh, well, I only have 20 minutes and I don't want to get too sweaty, or I don't really have my my barbell. I don't, it's not really worth doing like a mini crappy workout. It is, in fact, worth doing a crappy workout.
Yeah.
And somebody else was talking about that too. Like, you don't have to completely. I think it was one of the ones where we were talking about going to failure.
Mm-hmm.
There is still some benefit to
reps in reserve.
Crappy reps,
10
reps in
RPE.
reserve. Yeah, anything like that.
Yeah.
Messy reps, crappy reps, weak-ish reps. Like doing a crappy workout is in fact quite valuable. And I think a lot of people, especially, like, I know for me, when I used to, like, I would base everything off of practice, and a practice would be an hour and a half minimum of, like, really intense stuff.
Yeah.
2 t-shirt practices, you know what I mean?
Damn.
Like, really, really tough. And so then I'm like, well, I don't really need to, like, go for a jog. Like, who cares? Like, I would go for a jog for fun or to get, like, the sun, to get sunlight and to, like, run around and see a dog. I don't know. But it wouldn't occur to me that was like a workout, whereas those things count and those things are valuable.
Right.
So it's worth sort of just getting off your butt. Or in like a hotel.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm stuck in this hotel and the gym here is trash.
But it makes a difference when you're traveling, even if you get anything in.
Such a huge difference, and I would highly recommend.
Well, and not just crappy workouts, and I've learned this recently. I've been working with Delta Trainer. You may have seen that I did 2 ads for them, one on my main channel and one on this channel. And I guess now this one, because this is genuine not getting paid, talking about how I've really liked working with them. And I've been having trouble with specifically the top of my pull. And my form is terrible, so all my pull-ups are like this, and I can't get to this position. I've also had knee problems, and so my trainer's working on this specific pulling thing and making sure my knee stops hurting. And so that means an accessory workout. What is that? That is me doing calf raises with no weight.
Total waste.
Reverse calf raises, which they have a name.
Loser.
Yeah.
Loser raises.
Working on your anterior tibialis, which is basically going like this. Shut up. What else? Clams. Oh my gosh. I will be laying on the ground doing clams, which is the Thigh Master workout, right?
Yeah.
It's one of these. And then Christine will walk in and be like, really? Are you serious? That's your workout right now? But I've learned that that's also important. That those days where I'm doing these accessory things are really helping my body to move better. Mm-hmm. But it's easy. I don't feel like that I did anything.
It feels like there's no expenditure.
Yeah, and it was like, what a waste of time, but it's not. It's really important. There's sometimes you got to do the important stuff, and has nothing to do with perceived exertion.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks, Delta Trainer.
Delta.
I'll put a link in the description. Actually, they're giving % off or whatever, and it's like free to start. It's decent if you want a personal trainer that's remote. It's really cool, so check it out.
Not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, you interested? I'll introduce you.
Sure. I need a trainer. I'm about to have a gym.
Oh, we should have my trainer on Total Fit Heads.
Great idea.
Yeah, because he's working. It'd be interesting to hear what it's like to be a remote trainer through their app. Mm. And he's also super smart. We met in person, too.
Whoa.
He was at Clamor. He happened to be in the same city as Clamor. And so when I was there, we went to a CrossFit gym together. It was cool.
Palm Springs.
No, it was in Arizona.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Arizona.
That's
another one we should do. What state do you think is at the fittest?
You said about football teams that there were good ones.
There was really good ones.
That's weird. Oh, and wrestling.
Wrestling, soccer, I'm sure basketball.
One of the best dance companies come out of New York.
Chicago, New York. Yeah. That's it.
Okay. LA is where they come to do cruises.
Orlando,
there we go. Alright, next thing. What were we on?
Let's see. I have one.
Yeah, these see, we didn't open with the best. This is...
You have a good one?
I have more good ones, yeah.
Alright, go for it.
Toning is different than building muscle.
Toning, okay.
Because we always talk about, I don't want to get bulky. But we don't talk about the fact that toning is just... You're just building muscle and losing fat at the same time, but it's still building muscle. It's the same thing as...
Okay, so what is toning? How would you describe it?
I guess lean gains, where you're building muscle and losing fat at the same time.
And not getting too...
bulky. Whatever. I guess toning is different, but it's the same. It is building muscle, but not too much.
I feel like toning is just a way, like an acceptable word or term.
For women, so they don't feel like they're too masculine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's huge, she's toned.
Yeah.
Or, he's
jacked. Yeah.
She's toned.
There are plenty of girls that do not want to be called jacked.
Right.
Yeah.
Really?
No, I'm not one of them, obviously. I've been eating at a surplus and working my butt off for years.
I had a flash to
and I'm still just toned.
I'm stuck in this bar.
What, like it's some vehicle that I hate? I want to get out of it.
Toned prison.
Toned prison. Oh, what the heck? Alright.
Yeah, I'm flashing back to all the girls I've called jacked over the years, and I'm like, oh god. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
Jacked, I'm toned. And there are, actually, I've talked to a couple of women that are like, no, I actually put on muscle really easily. Mm-hmm. It's rare, but it happens. So yes, there are, I guess, a handful of women that should worry about that just hormonally, that if they don't want to have dope delts, then I guess you can be concerned, but most women should not be.
What would you call shredded? What is shredded?
Shredded is lean, right?
Shredded is jacked, but you have a six-pack, I think.
No, because you don't have to be jacked. You could be very lean. Frank Madrino, I think his name is. This is a good example. He's shredded.
Shred.
Yeah, I think. Now I'm going to look it up because I want to know that I'm saying the name right for everyone, and so you can take a look at him.
Who's shredded? Like Batman's jacked, but Robin is shredded. Is that right? Robin is lean.
Yeah.
Robin's lean.
This guy still is pretty jacked, actually. But you could be even skinnier than that. You could be skinny, but seeing your musculature.
Can a girl be shredded?
Yes.
Why? How?
Girls can be anything they want.
Except for
Smart.
Good drivers. President. What are we doing? What is the joke here?
I hate it.
A cop. I don't know.
I hate when you play New Choice and it's about women. New Choice. Okay.
What does a shredded girl look like? Did you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, still super. Probably she's a bodybuilder.
So like bigger than toned.
No, not toned.
Not
shredded.
toned.
She would be in the 10% body fat and going to a competition. That's what I think. Like when you see veins on a woman. That's.
Ooh, yeah.
That's not.
And the spray tan because they're going to the competition because they're in such good
shape. And they're very thirsty.
Yeah.
Literally, not figuratively.
We watched have you ever watched a bodybuilding competition?
No.
It is bizarre.
Did it make you want to do it?
No.
I'm worried I'd get sucked in.
A little bit, but no. So I watched one, and they did. So there's different categories now. Remember, Sanimal was telling us about how he started in
long shorts, and then now he's on Speedo.
Right.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. It's like beach body is one. I mean, it's a stupid name, but and then it's like general, and then it's open, or I forget what it's called.
Right.
But the women only have. I think they only have women. Or maybe they have 2, whereas the men have like 4.
Okay.
But the women poses are bizarre. Like the men poses, like they walk around and they flex and they show their back, or they turn around and they show their back,
it is about...
or they twist and they show a quad. You know what I mean? Or they do this, and so it like accentuates. The women poses are like a little too like
dancey.
No, like almost vulgar, and I know that sounds like kind of mean. Like at one point we were watching it,
spread them and lift,
and they turned around and like sort of flexed their asses at us and bent over a little bit, and I was like, I know this probably accentuates your hamstrings or whatever, but this is a little, I don't know.
Looking at calves at that point.
I'm hitting a timeout on this one, and just I don't know if I should be weirded out or not, or is this sexist to be weirded out, or should I stop being so weird? And then you know what I mean, it was just
Max, stop making it weird.
I don't know what's going on here, you know. I'm seeing like spray tan lines that I probably shouldn't be seeing, you know what I mean? So it's just like I don't know. It was shout out to anybody who does all that stuff because it's incredibly hard, and I'm sure you look great, but the posing for me when I watched it, maybe it's changed now, it's like a few years ago.
So I was just scrolling a posing teacher's Instagram to see. It's funny that you brought this up because it was like a day ago that I was looking at this, and that's why I said dancy.
Research
because
for
I feel...
your Instagram?
Yes. Oh, so a part of the Instagram is that I do stupid bodybuilding poses, and I was looking at the women one, like I can't do this. They're not funny. They're just sexy.
Yeah.
They're just dancy.
Yeah.
And they're very different. It feels like there's more room for creativity with women, and maybe I'm reading into this.
Oh, interesting.
That they can play with their hair and do a little more stuff, where guys it's like front double bicep.
Yeah.
3/4 whatever.
Thing.
Back, yeah.
That weird back, hands on hips thing.
Yeah. But I don't know. And then wasn't Arnold known for being really unique and creative with his?
Well, there's like you have to hit certain poses, I think, in the rules.
Yeah.
And then there's like a free pose. And so I know that like when he was going up against Franco Columbu, for example, Columbu was like a shorter guy, so he tried to like tower over him. He would do like really tall poses. Yeah. And so then Columbu would do like lunge or like squat poses to like counter that. It's like he's not taller than me, I'm just lunging. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it was a weird little back and forth.
Interesting. The drama.
But anyway, when's the last time we got a spray tan?
When I was a cheerleader in the NHL. They were free and encouraged.
They're great. I like spray tans.
They smell good.
They smell great.
Yeah. Did you go full balls out?
I never got a spray tan.
Oh.
Although there was a short...
You love them... Wait, I don't know why I assumed that you did. When you said you love spray tans. No, on women.
on other people. On anyone who wants one.
On stuffed bears. Is it in the shot? There we go.
I never got one, although there was a very brief period of time where I was...
Getting covered in spray tans?
Spray tanning people.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying that I'd wake up the next morning and it'd be all smeared all over me.
Well, it was always on your sheets.
This is great. You were spray tanning people? You got paid to do it? You did it for free.
I did it for free. It was sort of a weird story. I don't really want to get into it, but it's harder than it looks. It's a lot harder than it looks.
Because you can't get even coverage? Because you're nervous because you got a boner. That's why.
Your hand's shaking and then you're drooling. No, it was a gun. It was a spray. It was like
an aerosol gun. I used it to make that keyboard.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're the same kind of idea.
Is that why it's so tan?
Yeah, super tan keyboard.
It was weird. But shout out to people who get spray tans. I much preferred getting hitting the tanning booth, which I did. I liked that quite a bit.
Yeah? I don't know. All of it gives you cancer. Probably inhaling the spray tan even gives you cancer.
Of course it does. But in the middle of winter, and I was freezing cold, and I hadn't been warm for 5 months, and I hadn't seen the sun, and I hadn't taken off
an East Coast boy.
a minimum of 4 layers of clothing since in over 4 months or whatever.
And then you go to school and
getting in getting in that tanning booth and just lying there and be like, oh my god, I'm warm.
Yeah.
That was like an unbelievable feeling, and I loved it.
Probably too low body fat there too.
Yeah, it was too toned.
Too toned. He was.
And then I was
shredded.
One-toned.
Oh, that's really good. Wow. I had no idea what that setup was. It was too much for me. Well done.
Sorry. Next time.
All right. I got one more.
I have sort of a pseudo one, which is the rubber bands are useless. And it's weird
until you do an accessory workout
right.
with Delta Trainer, and then you realize all your deficiencies.
And it's also, it was sort of that, like, the only thing that I should be doing in the gym is a flat bench. You know what I mean? And then you try to do other things, and you're like, well, why am I messing around with these? These are such lightweight that it's, like, functionally it's not even, like, a worthwhile thing. Right. But then... rotator cuff stuff.
You introduced me to that.
Such an eye-opener. And, like, functionally, like I was saying, like, it doesn't seem that hard, but you pick up a 7... and you do a weird movement, and suddenly it's impossible, And so what I meant by rubber bands was, you get those slim little rubber bands, you attach them to a thing, and you do sort of rotator cuff, and you look and feel like an idiot, but it actually is building a lot of strength, it's building a lot of...
And fixing all this, sitting
it's
at your
computer. It's protecting a lot, if you're coming back from injury like I was, or, you know what I mean? So it's just because it looks... stupid, or it's a very light amount of weight, I think is like a better way of saying it.
Yeah.
A lot of times that's way more useful than you think it's going to be.
Yeah. If you look like you're getting toned, it might still be useful.
Yeah. Or maybe you need to maybe getting jacked in your, like, rotator cuff it looks exactly the same. You know what I mean? So it's sort of a weird thing. I remember guys would be doing shrugs with 110-pound dumbbells, and I'd have to, like, reach across them and get the 7s. I'm like, excuse me, sorry, I need these.
Dancing around.
And just do, like, little elbow shoulder dances. So.
Yeah, this podcast has helped me realize that too, for sure. Or it just clams with a band, and they're like, what am I doing? But then my butt is on fire. Yeah.
It's like that taco place. But more so, honestly, it's I think about that with the TRX. Like, now what's funny is you can, like, when you start a set, the first one can feel incredibly easy. Like sometimes, like usually when you start a set, you're like, okay, this is pretty hard. I can get to 6, and that's about where you are. And then sometimes you're doing an exercise, and the first one you're like, wow, this is I'm holding paper clips. Like, there might be nothing here. But by the time you get to 8, 15, it's like, holy moly! Like, you fall off a cliff, like, a lot further than you or a lot faster than you think you would.
Interesting. Yeah. Huh. Well, I agree with that.
Don't underestimate.
You've been lied to. Use your bands.
Yeah. John Jaquish. $500 bands coming in hot. $550.
$550? Well, the 50 is for the vibrating thing. No, the vibrating thing's an extra charge. You have to shake your atoms.
50's probably for the logo, maybe, or.
Yeah. The Fortigen that comes with it. Oh,
I know, I want to try it. I want to try everything.
So okay. My last one that you've been lied to. Eating fat will make you fat. It's not the case. Don't be scared of fat. Don't not eat enough fat. Your hormones will get all messed up. I went a long time just trying to eat low fat because I thought that was the answer, and which actually meant high carbs and low protein, and it was, again, really complementing my skinny fat elliptical workouts. Mm-hmm. So don't be scared of fat. And also, you'll feel better. Your brain works on fat. You will think better. And...
You're still doing that bulletproof butter coffee?
I'm not. I still love it. If I'm in Santa Monica and I haven't had coffee, which
but
is...
did you feel any different?
Yes.
Well, how different?
Ooh, that was another one I was going to say. The thing that you've been lied to about is supplements do anything. It's a lie, they don't! But...
Except for ours, which is coming out next month.
Yes, coming out soon. Shh, it heads. No, that was a supplement I could really tell if I took the brain octane. But that was when I was first getting into fasting and I needed some help. It was like a boost. Where I could stay in a fat-burning state, eat only their fat, and get into ketosis better. I did feel better. I felt that brain charge that they talk about that seems like I'm being an ad now. Again. But there's a reason why I would just drink it straight.
Problem is sometimes, like, stuff works and you're like...
No. I know. Or, I mean, I'm also a big fan of the placebo effect. I'm really big on just lying to myself. So hopefully that will continue to work.
I find that works quite a bit.
Yeah, but sometimes in the wrong direction.
What?
I'll just be like, I'm not putting on muscle because I've read all these things where I'm not doing it right. And so then I don't put on muscle.
I'm not getting any taller. Wait a minute.
Oh, I focused on it. What if it's on my vision board?
Ooh, manifestation.
Yeah.
People love manifestation.
Is that a fitness lie?
I don't know. I can't tell. It seems like it's a lie.
I think especially in fitness and body and health, it is not a lie because there's so much internal mental that's going on in your body. Yes, that. If I want to make my neighbor cut a tree down because it's annoying me, that's going to be very different.
That's a tough one.
That's
a tough fest. That's a tougher manifest.
Than thinking to myself that I'm on the right path, I'm shredding fat and whatever. That I think will make chemical changes in your body, so I kind of believe it for fitness.
Remember you told me that story about the maids?
Yes.
I don't remember.
In love with it. That there were maids that are really active, that in their job, that's what they do. And they were not fit. They had thick waistlines because that's what they used to measure. They had high cholesterol, a lot of markers of unfit people. And they told half of them, hey, do you realize what you're doing well exceeds the FDA recommendation for working out every day? You're very fit. I don't know if they said the last part, but you're very fit.
You're on your feet.
Yeah,
you're doing physical activity.
Yeah. And it's for a long time. Your whole day, you're an active person. And they didn't tell the other half anything. And they neither have changed anything they were doing, but the ones that now decided that they were fit lost waist. They lost weight. Lost waist meaning the waist measurement went down. So they lost belly fat. Imagine that. They lost weight. They had better blood markers. They just got fitter by recognizing that or believing that they were. That messes with me a lot.
Yeah. I told that story the other day and I was like, so what's the takeaway? Get up every morning and tell yourself you're hot.
I thought the takeaway was get a job in a hotel.
Buy a hotel.
Your story about deciding that you're hot, I really love too.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same story.
But in a very different way. Because those women had a physical change over time. Mm-hmm. You just made other people see your confidence.
Oh,
Tell your story.
One day I decided I was hot.
You just jumped right into it. What about the other dude? Do you remember the dude that...
Yeah. Oh, that's right. My buddy... We were talking about something, I can't remember how it happened, but sort of offhand, my friend said, because I'm gorgeous. And everyone sort of chuckled, and he sort of stood there stone-faced, And he was like, yeah. So yeah. And then like after that, I noticed people, that friend group, and more generally, people were like, because he's really hot, and I'm like, yes. Wait, because he told you, or hold on, what just happened here? And then I realized it was because he decided one day, or I don't know if he even realized it, but I decided, well, if you could just say that you're hot and then you're hot,
yeah,
it works, and I'm gonna do it, and then I did it, and now I'm gorgeous.
a sex icon on the internet.
I know, it's
great.
It's great.
This is what I would love to impart to everyone, but well, that was the inception of the cool booth. If I ever told you about this, where I was turning people cool online and telling them they're cool so they could know that they were cool and then become cool.
Yeah.
It's the same idea. It was inspired by you, but that's really what I want to impart to people. They're like, no, just decide. And it's not even just to people. Sure, it's my life's mission to reach people with that, but really it's reaching me in high school or younger.
Right.
Just talking to that girl at that age that just did, if you just could tell her, anyone, adults.
Yeah, I think it works for any age, but younger, that age is
really helpful,
helpful, for sure.
Well, I don't know, and that also buys into imposter syndrome, and then, it really is just, everybody's just trying to figure it out. Nobody knows what they're doing.
I think it works for some things, like if I said, I'm a doctor.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Like I'm a surgeon, that's probably
are you calling out Jayquish right now?
But I think in terms of, there's more to it than, there's more to it than, the maid story, that's
yeah,
tangible.
It's all tied up in manifestation
fitness.
And self-belief. Oh, and I hate it too because we sound so freaking...
I hate it. I hate manifestation, except that it works all the time.
100% of the time. No, it doesn't. How many people...
Well, because you're deciding it's not working.
Exactly. Oh, it's the worst.
It's a trap.
God damn it.
But it's the greatest trap. Was the cool booth like a phone booth?
Oh, it's over there. You see it says cool, $3. I got a permit to sell cool on Hollywood Boulevard for $3, and so I would handmade buttons, and if you bought one you would become cool because a cool person had told you were cool, so you could now believe that you were cool.
Right,
and then everyone else would believe it.
The cooties doctrine.
Ah, yes.
I was thinking it would be like a phantom toll booth or something like that, where it just like pops up somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Like, there it is! We gotta go! We're gonna miss it!
Charge people for being cool.
Whoa!
Hey, you gonna want to come,
buddy? Too much swag. That's a fine. And they're like, no, I'm not that. And you're like, oh, so you're not that cool? And they're like, wait, hold on. Yes, hold on.
All right, here's double.
Here's. I like that.
All right, it's getting. I'm stuck on my couch. I'm hot.
Call an episode.
Yeah, well, I covered all of mine. Hopefully that was helpful. You've been lied to, and everybody's just trying to make you dissatisfied to take your money. There are answers out there, I guess, or not. Maybe just love yourself. Just decide that you're cool and stop worrying about fitness and health. Ooh, yikes.
So 1, love yourself. 2, make sure to rate and review on Apple iTunes.
The pathway to happiness and success and true fitness and health is to rate and review Total Fit Heads because it helps us out a whole lot. We love you guys. It's been, I feel like, the same crowd this whole time. We've got
solid crowd.
Yeah. Big fan of you guys.
Now go on your mom's iPhone and subscribe to this podcast.
Too, yeah,
and then send us a video on Instagram, and that would be great. Thank you so much. Or Snapchat, probably Snapchat. That's preferable. Well, preferable for me. I don't know about.
Snapchat.
You still use Snapchat?
Yeah, every day.
Well, but I've shown you my Snapchat.
Yeah.
Haunting.
In a good way, ish. All right. Like.